He just gets better every day. He truly exemplifies the getting better, 1% better every day, getting a little bit better every day, and he just continues to get better. So, he just did some really good things in that game. And, right before the double move we made to Devontae, he made a couple of really good checks. And the third down, and I don't know, was it 12, 13? That's a big-time play. And we needed that at that time. We were talking on the sideline like, hey, we're up 3-0. Defense just got to stop. Let's get up 10 on somebody, right? And I don't know that's always the goal, right? But and he really got us out of the hole. You want the call back to Rager. They played a different little defense than we thought, and he got us out of the hole. And that's what good quarterbacks do. And he did a really good job today.
Hey, Nick, we talked a lot about formula, identity with the offense. Do you think you're finally there? Do you think you have an identity?
I don't know if you're ever finally there, right? You always have to adjust to what people are doing and taking away. But to be able to run the ball for, what do we have, 200?
Yeah,
200 something, right? To be able to do that against a defense of that caliber, because that's a good defense, right? And they've shown that they're a good defense. But to be able to do that, that's about those guys in the locker room, and it starts with those guys up front, led by Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson. I want to mention all of them, but they all did a great job. Anytime you rush for over 200 yards, the offense, so you don't have to ask me who got a game ball, the offensive line will get a game ball because they did a great job, and we'll have to see. Probably Jalen will get a game ball too. And it was a good birthday there for Devontae to have 2 touchdowns.
Nick, I know you mentioned Devontae. Usually when a quarterback, kind of puts the ball up for a receiver to make a play, that receiver might be 6'3", 6'4", DK Metcalf kind of guy. What is it about Devontae that allows him to make a play like the first touchdown?
Sometimes you just say about a guy, he's just a good football player. That's like one of the, growing up in a coach's house, that was like the ultimate compliment, right? Like, man, what's going on? And I'm going to say a name, Ron Schneider. He was a quarterback for Southwestern High School. Man, he's just a good football player. He's just a good football player, right? And, so he's longer than you think too, right? I mean, I know what his height is, but he's got long arms, and he's just a good football player. He just went up and got it, and he's had a lot of reps against Patrick Surtain. Patrick Surtain's a really good football player. He's going to be a good player in this league for a long time. But he just went up, and Jalen gave him an opportunity to make a play, put it on the right spot, and he just went up and made a play. And he ran some really good routes today too, just on some under routes and some things like that. So he showed it both ways today. And Jalen was able to get him the ball. It was a good game by Devontae, and he played his tail off.
What was your vantage point on the?
What were the checks that Jalen made?
Well, there was they had a couple pressures coming, and that was not going to be good against the protection that we had called, and he got us out of it, and so. Again, it was built into the play. We know what the problems are with the protection, and he saw it. It was a good disguise by the Broncos, but he saw it. He may have heard it, and he just got us to the right play, and we ended up getting 6. And then it gave us when you do that, I think. Jordan Howard got 6 on the first one. Then we got the first down on the second one. And when you do that, you're like, well, shoot, just call it again. Like, Jalen's going to get us out of it gives you confidence, right? Because you're like, Jalen's going to get us out if it's a funky look. And he did, but this time they didn't give us a funky look, and he was able to run the play and make a really good throw. So, really good job.
On the defensive touchdown.
Did I see it? Yeah, I'm still out of breath from running down the sideline because that altitude was that was real for me. I think our players handled it really well because of our strength staff and our doctors and our training staff had them ready. But I felt it when I ran down the sideline. That was fun. That was my vantage point of that is like, hey, we talked about getting the ball out. Davion did a really good job of getting that thing out. Melvin Gordon's a really good back. It's tough to get it from him, but they got it out, and Slade did some good things with that ball in his hand. I think there was a couple people on the headset like, just go down. They're like, whoa, no, don't go down. And he did a really good job of just making a play. The defense did. What I really appreciate is like, the defense had some penalties that we're going to have to address, with some pre-snap penalties, but they did a phenomenal job of being legal blocks. Like you see sometimes on those long returns like that, some illegal blocks, but they did a good job of keeping things legal and letting Slay go do some work. I'll have to think about getting Slay on some offense here, going forward.
After that second touchdown.
You didn't want to let me finish that comment? Go ahead.
Make sure I got the question. After
his second touchdown, Devontae had that celebration. He said it was about your guys' motto lately. Can you enlighten us as to what that motto is?
Well, yeah, well, Fab Five has a motto. I was a big Fab Five fan growing up. I'm still a Michigan basketball fan, and I like Villanova, and I like Temple too. But, you know, they had a saying there. I'll let you guys look it up. And I'm not going to say it here, but it's just basically all we talk. You know, we've given a talk about that. It wasn't this week. We gave a talk about it a couple weeks ago, but we do mention it a little bit. But it's basically what we say, and I won't say it. I know my brother and I say it to each other all the time. He's going to want me to say it, Jay. But what it is just about leaving everything on the field and letting everything you got. Giving everything, every bit of energy you got, leaving it all on the field, and just giving everything you got to the team.
It's a more aggressive game plan defensively than you guys have had in previous weeks. Why do you think that worked out so well, especially from the coverage unit?
Yeah, I think it all starts up front. I think that defensive line played really good, was able to get some pressures. The coverage units did a good job of, making the quarterback hold it a little bit to allow the defense to get to him, or the defensive line to get to him. So I'm always going to say it starts up front, but I don't ever want to take away anything from that secondary group. And then I just thought that the physical, what did Gardner say? The physicality. Last night I said, hey, we need to out-physical this team, or I said something like that, and Gardner Minshew was very quick to tell me how to say we have to have more physicality than them. So I want to make sure I say this right. But the physicality of that group of the linebackers, I just felt like, man, TJ is just sticking people, and I just felt how physical we were out there, and with TJ and with Davion and with Alex, like we were playing they were playing really physical ball. It's great to see Patrick Johnson get a big time play, and then we were just sticking them, and it's all. I mean, at the end of the day, I was taught this a long time ago about this, like. The tougher team, the more physical team wins in football, and so it was good to be on that side of it, and to see our physicality take over.
Two more guys, some tough choices to make next week with Miles coming back.
Sure.
What do you say about the running backs and how they perform?
Man, I can't say enough for how Jordan Howard and Boston Scott and Kenny Gainwell have stepped in the absence of Miles Sanders. We know how good of a player Miles Sanders is. Really look forward to getting him back. But man, they've been running hard. They're hard to tackle. They're hard to get down. It was great to see Boston get to a screen and throw him the ball out there on a screen that almost went for a touchdown against their blitz zero. And so, gosh, they've just done a really nice job of filling in, and we are going to have some tough decisions. And it's a good problem to have. And we'll do whatever we think is necessary to win the next game. But they've done a great job filling in the absence of Miles.
Well, last one, guys. You joked about getting Slay on offense. Are there different rules, though, for a player like Slay when it's a loose ball? Like, is that if it's a big player there, does he have to jump on it and Slay's allowed to return?
Well, that's a good question, Zach. So we kind of have a city fumble and a country fumble rule. I can let you in on that. City fumble is if there's a lot of bodies around, get on it. If it's a country fumble and there's not a lot of bodies around, if you're in, help me out here, Westchester, right? Then you can scoop and score. If you're in downtown Philly, you got to get on the ball. Tim.
So what kind of fun were you having in the locker room? What message did you deliver to the team afterwards?
Again, anytime you win a football game in this league on the road, it's tough, and we just had a good time. And I guess my main message was, I'll see you Wednesday. So they'll be off tomorrow.